Hi everyone, this is Christine with Black Tea News, and today I want to talk about this ridiculous opinion piece in the Washington Post about how comedians are having trouble doing parodies of Joe Biden. Can you believe it, guys? Is that possible? Before we dive into this ridiculousness, please visit blacktnews.com. Check out other material I have there, other content, articles, videos. See where I'm on other platforms, get all the information there. Please check out our store. You might find something that you really like there. And also, if you would like to support, please go ahead and leave a donation. You can do so there. You can do so with that link right there. And I appreciate all of you guys subscribing, sharing, and make sure you're notifying yourself with the notification bells and all those bells and whistles and so on. So, and make sure that you go to the website and also leave in your email, because I don't know when I'll be deplatformed, because it's just kind of the thing that happens nowadays. So anyway, this piece in the Washington Post is by Richard Zoglin. Now, this is either a very uninformed opinion or just a sycophant opinion, or I'll be kind and say it's at least a joke. But the first crisis of the Biden administration could be looming. America may have a president, the first in generations, who is impervious to impressionists. First of all, the first major crisis of the Biden administration is this border crisis with these hundreds of thousands of migrant children coming in without parents. They have nowhere to house them. They tried to keep them in a particular facility, but they claimed that the reason why they had to put them in other facilities is because of COVID, and they didn't want them all too close together. But now they're all at like 100% capacity, and they have nowhere to house them, to put them, how they're going to process them all this quick, I don't know. And they should definitely take their time processing them before they put them into safe places, because in the Obama-Biden administration, some of those kids that they put in places got trafficked. Bet you didn't know that. So it's a very serious situation, but I'm gonna be kind and assume that's kind of a joke, an uninformed joke, but a joke, and it's just silly anyway, because it's a dumb premise. How can you not mock Joe Biden? How can you not find good impressionists to be Joe Biden? Like, it mentions how Woody Harrelson was there, but during the primaries, but didn't do like amazing. And then they had Jim Carrey. I thought Jim Carrey would have been okay. I watched, those skits, but the thing about like the debate skits with Jim Carrey and stuff is that I think the problem was the writers, not the actor. I think the problem with them on SNL is that they never went far enough to push for the joke. Because they didn't feel comfortable enough really making fun of Biden in a substantial way to make fun of him. Like, they make fun of like surface level things about him, but not like other things that can kind of hit home more on his policies, or really the dumb things that he was saying, like the surface level dumb things. Yeah, Joe, he gaffes, he's a gaffes machine. But really at the heart of some of the more ridiculous things he does and says, they couldn't allow that because you had to focus your energy on Trump. Now the thing that's also ridiculous is they also mention, kind of transitioning from Alec Baldwin's, putting away his blonde wig of Trump and the orange makeup and retiring that. To me, it sort of seems like they've moved on from this impression, and they're like, oh gosh, what are we going to do next time? It's like, guys, you never did a good Trump impression. Alec Baldwin was such a bad Trump. He was awful at it. He was so bad. There are so many other people who do better Trumps than Alec Baldwin. A lot of these celebrities, I don't know if it's just like, because with comedy, I guess you have to have like at least an air of truth to it. And I think there's so much like blind, like TDS rage hatred that people can't make good jokes. Like, even when I watch like Whose Line It Is Anyway, and people make Trump jokes or jokes about Republicans, people are so bound in their TDS that they are just incapable of making good jokes. And it's not because I'm not capable of laughing at Trump or Republicans or make good jokes myself about those things. I do, and some stuff is hilarious. But most of the funny stuff I'm seeing is from people on the right. There's people on the right who have done pretty good Trump impressions that are way better than the SNL stuff, and not even like perfect. There's some people who are like amazing, like the Bush impression by Will Ferrell is amazing, so funny. The last time I think I saw him do something was with that Hollywood Access tape, and to take that content that was so like kind of gruesome and to make a joke about, Bush would never be on a bus, like that's the thing he was trashing Billy Bush about, was being on a bus, not the content of the conversation. So that was hilarious. So I can definitely laugh at the right, and Will Ferrell did a great job, but the Trump was not great. But I can definitely laugh at some of the stuff that they do, like Jay Farrell's like Ben Carson, hysterical. One of the funniest things I've seen on SNL in a long time. And you know what? I don't think it's because the writers have lost total self-awareness, because I saw like politically, because I did see, their skit recently with the canceling of Aunt Jemima and all the stuff like that. That was a funny skit. After the 2016, when they had the dog with the helmet, that was funny. Sometimes they can make fun of themselves, but actually making fun of people that they hate, they have trouble with that. Or making fun of people who they are kind of too sycophant about. They like Obama, and I don't think they really want to hit the jugular with the jokes with Biden. There's some really good content to work with. There's good content to work with his press secretary, who's just like not answering questions and running in circles. I'm by no means a comedian, but I think I've made some pretty funny skits on TikTok about Jen Psaki. And I think people are giving me a lot of more credit for my impression of her than maybe I deserve, but people like it, so I keep doing it. And she's like giving me stuff like every day to talk about. Literally every day there's something to talk about. Why do you even need an impression of Biden? Where is he? Like, what's he doing? They could do a run-on joke about how reporters are trying to sneak into the White House to talk to him, and I don't know how they won't allow them to, but I don't think they legit want to criticize him. But if they think they've done such a bang-up job, like attacking Trump with the comedy was so golden these past 4 years, and now they're just like, oh gosh, what do we talk about? No, you guys did not do a good job with the Trump stuff. Your Trump stuff was trash. And they're like, where's the people on YouTube doing Biden impressions? I saw a hysterical Trump Biden debate on like the Joe Rogan show that was just super funny. People do good Biden impressions. And if you can't find a professional comedian to get Joe Biden, I guess maybe you do need to hit the YouTube and find someone to do it and pay them a decent salary, I guess, to do that, because your professional actors can't hack it, I guess. Jen Psaki keeps saying that kids are coming unaccompanied because they're fleeing prosecution. You don't think you can make a joke about that? What particular crimes are you allowing them to escape from into the U.S. over? Should we be concerned? And they did some other people recently, like the Mitch McConnell was funny. The Lindsey Graham was kind of funny. But the female voices were really distracting. The Ted Cruz, obviously off. Just a side note, I don't know why the Obama was so hard for them. My cousin does a pretty good Obama. Biden so far has been impregnable. The voice is too bland and devoid of obvious quirks. And beyond the occasional, come on, man, his conversational manner too muted and self-effacing to give the parodists much to work with. What about the content itself? There's tons of content to work with. It goes on. Trump supporters and Fox News pundits would undoubtedly attribute this to the media's liberal bias. And to be sure, Trump was viewed by mostly liberal satirists, not just an irresistible comic target, but also a dire threat to the nation. Biden's pleasantly boring presidency has been a welcome return to normality, but hardly great material for parody. Guy, like, this border thing is crazy. His executive orders are insane. Some of the legislation they're passing through, I know people are happy about their COVID checks, people who are qualifying for them anyway, but they're passing a lot of money off to their friends. like I said in another video, and they're in the House passed legislation to basically steal away your elections from your local government to itself, get rid of stuff like state ID and other stuff like that. Just a complete takeover. Like, if you wanted people to be paranoid about elections, like, this bill is not the way to solve that paranoia and trust in elections. And the Equality Act is very radical. Other executive orders he signed is radical. This border crisis is insane. Just because you don't see him mad tweeting doesn't mean that things aren't crazy happening. I mean, the fact that he signed away like the pipeline jobs where people were making really, really good paying jobs, that also doesn't just affect where people are working there. It's affecting people who work around there, like restaurants and so on. Like, people just lost their jobs or their business at the stroke of a pen, and he doesn't care. And they're just kind of like, go, build solar panels, or there'll be other energy jobs, and you should have made better life choices. That's like stuff that, that his administration has said. This is not the party of unity and compassion and all that other stuff. You just choose to believe that this stuff is boring and there's nothing going on because you wanted Trump to be more chaotic than what he was, and you want to be like, oh, thank God it's normal. Like, there's some not normal things happening. Yes, you have media bias. The material in real life is funnier than the stuff that they would even dare to write. I mean, he looks like that puppet that the one comedian used to just carry around all the time. He was made for comedy, and you're saying, oh, I don't know if I can do it. He's so just normal. He's so just kind of boring. It's nice that he's boring, but it's going to suck for comedy. Now, SNL has never been like my cup of tea. Like, they're funny sometimes. You might laugh once the entire episode. You might find one skit that's funny out of like the whole episode or something, and that's what's going to get passed around. I am not an SNL person. It is not, they do not hit, it is not consistently funny the whole time. It's just not. There were skits and years and stuff, obviously, it was better. I don't understand why they got rid of actually funny people like Jay Farrell. I don't understand why they get rid of him and then expect like Leslie to be like a man in skits rather than actually having a dude. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But whatever, we are where we are, and they don't want to do their job. But to pretend that you can't do your job, or your job is that hard because Biden is just so like someone so serious or boring that you can't mock, that's just insane. So anyway, please check out my TikTok at Black Tea News if you want to see a little bit of my humor. I've got other stuff like little snippet videos, and it's not all comedy, but I've got a couple of Jen Psaki videos on there. Please check those out. And please visit blacktnews.com. Check out my material on there, articles and other videos and so on. And you can see where I'm on all the media sites. And also check out the store. You might find something that you really like. And also, if you would like to support, go ahead and leave a donation. I appreciate all that you guys do. And I will see you next time.